Good afternoon. It is an absolutely stunning day for some softball. 67 degrees and cloudless here at McWhorter Stadium as the 12th ranked Mississippi State Bulldogs come to Clemson, and they have dominated the Tiger Invitational. They take on Clemson in this marquee Saturday afternoon bout. Alongside Scott Whitlock, I'm Daniel Gilman. Thanks for stopping in with us as Sierra Manis in the circle gets the start up against this hot-hitting 17-1 Bulldog team with Morgan Stiles, right-handed hitting sophomore shortstop, fouling off the 1-2. And, well, Coach, what we've seen from Mississippi State has been pure dominance. 9-1 against Wofford earlier this weekend, 8-0 just about a half an hour ago in the win over Georgia Southern. For Clemson, they had a run rule win over Wofford yesterday, but had an improbable blown lead late against Georgia Southern as Sarah Bro, the freshman, connects on the first assist here this afternoon. It's a 5-3 putout. What are you expecting here today between these two?
I'm anxious to see how Clemson responds to the heartbreak of yesterday, and it's even more so intriguing that the pitcher that kind of let things slip away for Clemson is on the mound right now. So it's going to be anxious to see how Manis responds.
Nadia Barbary, the all-world third baseman, second team all-SEC last season, swings over the first pitch from Manis. And what we'll see from this junior out of South Carolina is a lot of down pitches.
Yes.
She tries to keep the ball out of the upper portion of the zone, hovers in the mid-60s.
And she throws plenty hard. If she can keep the ball down and get strikes somehow, some way down below the waist, she can be tough.
Manis came in, had a complete game shutout at Georgia on Wednesday. She'll look for her second straight top 25 win this week. But as you mentioned, a couple unearned runs yesterday for Manis in a blown save effort. She came in with the bases loaded, up by 4, promptly allowed a 3-run double, an RBI single, and then an error led to another RBI single that gave Georgia Southern a 5-run 7th and left this place stunned as Kiara Sells, off of a 3-run home run earlier today, takes the first pitch outside. But so far, so good for Manis. She's being aggressive.
I think it bodes well for her. I mean, she got Stiles and Barbary to lead off this ball game, and those are two very fine hitters.
And this is one of the best offenses in the first inning in all of NCAA softball this year, and a clean 1-2-3 frame for Sierra Manis, who has risen to the occasion this season. We'll tell you more about her as this one rolls along. We'll step away with the bottom of the first coming up next. History is on the line here today as Clemson sits one win away from giving their skipper, John Rittman, his 1,000th collegiate win. On the other side, a legend in the Oklahoma graduate, Samantha Ricketts, in her 7th season. She has risen this Mississippi State program into national relevance, and the 12th ranking is their highest in program history. As the junior out of Alabama, Alyssa Faircloth, a transfer from Troy, starts Jamison Brockenbrough with strike one.
Yeah. Got time out on the field right now where some sunglasses can be exchanged.
Faircloth had 11 strikeouts on Wednesday at Georgia Tech in just 5 1/3, and a 5-run win over a hot-hitting Yellow Jackets team, as we'll see Faircloth high in that velocity. Low 70s, works down in the zone as well as Manis. With Brockenbrough, Pavesi, and Collins, the 3 hottest hitters on the team, all to lead things off. And the 1-1 count here for Brockenbrough, a hitter who has 5 hits and 7 at-bats this weekend.
She is a outstanding pickup for the Clemson Ball Club. Came over from Tennessee a year ago and has really done yeoman's work out there in center field.
Barbary, Stiles, Schaefer, and Richardson left to right in the Mississippi State defensive infield, with Bernardini, Keller, and Sells in the outfield. Keller, the freshman, gets the start in center field. Des Rivera makes up the battery with Faircloth, with the standout transfer from Southern Illinois, Anna Carter, the DP. Full count here for Brockenbrough. She takes inside, and a well-earned walk leads off the Tigers in the bottom of the first inning.
And that was a great job of Brockenbrough having a leadoff at bat.
Yep.
She got behind 0-1, but then she worked that count, never really got a great pitch to handle, and she stood up there and was patient enough to get the walk.
So it brings up the freshman from Georgia, who has a hit in 11 of 12, and Pavesi does not waste time. Lifts it over Bernardini's head. It's an RBI double to score Brockenbrough. And 2 batters into the bottom of the first, the Tigers get some of that revenge from their frustrations yesterday.
Yeah, they, I would imagine they're going to be pretty hungry because they missed opportunities in game 2 yesterday. They had a chance to distance themselves from Georgia Southern. Georgia Southern hung around and bit them in the end, but right now, the Clemson Tigers have just jumped on Faircloth to start this game.
Marion Collins, surely a nod for ACC Player of the Week coming for Collins, who had 3 home runs in 3 games until a 2-for-2 game against Wofford. Then she hit a home run against Georgia Southern as well, as Collins, the standout sophomore who has bounced around the infield, is back at second base today, hitting .436 on the young season. Has a runner at second in Pavesi as Marion swings over the down pitch. And the count 1-2 with Pavesi. 5 hits this weekend. Yesterday, both of Clemson's win and loss came with the opponent scoring first.
Now, this is something new for us this weekend to see Clemson jump out early. I think it's very important, Daniel, that they pick up the second run in this inning now. They're out there with a runner on second, nobody out. This offense needs to find a way to manufacture stuff to get that runner in. Getting the runner in has been something that has bothered Clemson all season long.
And Scott, somehow that pitch missed Collins, which allowed Pavesi to move up 60 feet. So now you have a runner at third with nobody out.
It gets a lot easier.
And a quick meeting of the minds here as Rivera tries to calm down Faircloth. And Alyssa Faircloth was a second-team All-Sun Belt honoree from Troy last season. She pitched yesterday against Wofford, just 1 inning, 3 up, 3 down, all 3 of them strikeouts.
Troy is an outstanding softball program, has been for a long time. I'm sure that Mississippi State people had their eye on her.
Yep.
And when she became available, I'm sure they just quickly grabbed her.
There's a strike on the outer half to set down Collins, and a perfect location. Faircloth is 5th in the country in strikeouts per 7. That is her 77th here this season.
Yeah. Shame Collins couldn't put that ball in play there. Now Noller is kind of in a situation where she really needs to put the ball in play.
Noller, reliable. Swings at the first pitch, in play to left where Bernardini is there. And Pavesi scores easily as the Clemson Tigers jump ahead 2-0.
That's what you're supposed to do right there. You got a runner out there on third base, put the ball in play. Even though she hit a fly ball in foul territory for an out, she picked up an RBI.
And so it's Noeller's 9th RBI of the season. Brings up the freshman of the year last season in the conference, Macy Cintron. Cintron is working her way out of a mini slump to start the year. She takes strike one. Has a triple and a home run here this weekend in the Tiger Invitational.
I believe she raised her average almost 25 points yesterday.
At 225 at the moment on a
am I right on that?
I think she was right at 200,
200,
right? That
right?
seems right. Let's see.
Right.
I think I've got it here where she was yesterday. Cintron takes high. She was exactly at 200 with just 2 RBIs. Now Macy has 5 RBIs and a home run this season, thanks to the deep shot against Georgia Southern. At the time of that home run in the 4th inning yesterday, the lead was 7-3. As the Eagles scored 5 in the 7th. Faircloth picks up a pair of strikeouts. Clemson picks up a pair of runs on the double by Pavesi. Sac fly by Noeller. We'll head to the 2nd next. Just 10 pitches needed in the top of the 1st inning for Sierra Manis, who turns around and watches her offense put 2 on the board as the Clemson Tigers are looking for their 4th ranked win of the season, 2nd of the week. And it's Anna Carter, the cleanup hitting DP, who takes outside. Now, Carter is quite accolade-filled. She was the Defensive Player of the Year in the Missouri Valley Conference last season. Also won First Team All-Conference, hitting .390 with Southern Illinois. Yeah. I believe they're the Salukis. Salukis?
Salukis.
There it is.
And the thing is, though, if you're a member of the SEC, the ACC, or the Big Ten, and you've got a transfer come in, they're probably pretty good. They probably had success where they were.
It's a good point. We'll also see Iowa transfer Des Rivera on deck as Carter takes outside 2-1.
Not many position players from a smaller conference that hits 200
are starting
in Mississippi State. Yeah.
Carter fouls it off. Mississippi State reached the regional last season with a 13-11 SEC campaign. Lost to Texas Tech as a part of the Red Raiders' historic run to the national championship game between Nigel Kennedy's $1 million contract.
Yeah,
Carter
they don't
foul tips that into the glove, and it's a strikeout for Manis.
Out at Texas Tech, they don't have a team bus. They ride around in an armored car. And,
what's funny is I used to broadcast their games for a few years before the NIL era came.
Right.
Where they were losing games left and right, blowouts constantly, and then last season, out of nowhere, they found their way to the Mecca in OKC.
It has changed out there. And they've got a great coach.
Yeah.
And they're doing just a tremendous job with bringing that program to life.
Here's an Iowa Hawkeye transfer in Des Rivera, who started her career at Oregon State, moved over to Iowa, where she hit .290 last season and is having herself a great little start to the year for Rivera.
Right.
Hitting .379, riding a 5-game hitting streak, with a home run yesterday against Wofford. As Manis is not messing around here, Coach. She is attacking these hitters.
Well, I compliment both her and whoever's calling the pitches, because they've got her in attack mode. You're exactly right.
Clemson fans wondering where that attack mode was in the 7th yesterday, where accuracy escaped the veteran transfer from USC Upstate, where Manis reached the NCAA tournament in each of the last 2 years.
Well, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years from now, people are going to be wondering about yesterday's game. That'll be one they talk about.
This is fair. Bro makes the play across the diamond for out number 2. And, you know, I texted a few contacts in the softball world to ask if they had any recollection of a comeback down by 4 or more, down to your final out with the bases empty, and no one could come up with anything for me. But I'm sure there's some, you know, mid-majors, low-major scenario with a lot of walks, things like that. But what Georgia Southern did by putting together hits from the 9 spot to set things up for their power hitter, to clean the bases, and then their top hitter in Davis to get that big RBI single, it was real magic.
Well, that is exactly right, and I totally agree with you that they got themselves in position.
Bernardini gets a hold of this one off the top of the wall in center, and the senior out of Illinois with a long single, her 3rd hit of the weekend.
And the reason that was just a long single is Brockenbrough, the center fielder, played that perfectly. She knew the ball was over her head. She stopped short of the track, didn't mess around with the ball getting by her. The ball came right back to her, and with her arm, she had the ball on top of second base before the hitter made a turn. The ball was hit very hard.
This is the part of the lineup, too, Coach, that Mississippi State has leaned on. Rivera, Bernardini, and Richardson have combined for now 9 hits in just 2 and a couple innings of games, as Abby G. Richardson had a inside the park home run yesterday, bounced back earlier today with another home run.
But she got to trot on that one.
She did get to enjoy her time. Abby Grace, senior from Mississippi, takes just outside the zone. The count 2-1.
I always thought inside the park home runs were showing off.
I always felt that in softball, more than baseball, inside the park home runs were so much more difficult.
Yes.
Because you've got the scorekeeper, and they're not giving you any favors.
And it's a small park, too.
Right. Usually there's not weird bounces that
Right.
the ball's going to take like you will see in a baseball stadium.
I have often made the comment, I'll follow up after this pitch.
Yeah, important pitch here with 3-1 coming. And so we'll see Bernardini on the move here next.
But softball is basically the game of baseball played inside a pinball machine.
I definitely see it, and I enjoy it. And when I teach people about following high-level college softball, and then they finally watch it similar to volleyball, where
Right.
you are just locked in, addicted. And it is such, I don't have to tell people at home, they're watching for a reason. It is an exhilarating sport. And things like yesterday, you just don't see as much on the baseball diamond.
Correct.
With these crazy comebacks, tight scenarios where these infielders just have quick decisions that they have to make in an instant. As Bernardini's on the move.
Yeah, yesterday's comeback by Georgia Southern, it's not like somebody hit a grand slam. I mean, it wasn't that quick, sudden.
Just piecing it together. They bring in
yeah.
the ace out of the bullpen to close it out. The moment's too big for Manis.
And at least it was yesterday. But
Yeah.
and also, Georgia Southern took advantage of every mistake.
Strikeout. The moment is right on pace for Sierra Manis here this afternoon, facing another top 15 team, and she has lived up to the hype.
What a difference 22 hours makes.
2-0 to the bottom of the 2nd we go. Back here at McWhorter Stadium, Daniel Gilman, Scott Whitlock, and one thing that Coach Whitlock likes to talk about are shutdown innings, the half inning after your offense scores a run. And Sierra Manis just executed that after the long hit by Bernardini.
And it was so important for her to do that. And she did a great job of bouncing back after the long single.
Both Manis and Faircloth with 2 strikeouts apiece, as Alyssa Faircloth will face the Oklahoma transfer Corey Hicks, start her off high and inside. Now, tomorrow is still a bit up in the air, but if Clemson were to win this game, there is a high likelihood these teams will rematch at 12:30 Eastern right here on ACC Network Extra. And if Mississippi State wins this game, then I have no idea what is going to happen with the rollout tomorrow.
It is my belief, and I don't know anything, but I'm just guessing that no matter what, Clemson will play at 12:30 tomorrow.
That is correct.
No matter who they play.
Yes. And it'll be on ACC Network Extra. And it might be a rematch of this game here this afternoon. Meanwhile, Georgia Southern had a real tough go of things after beating Clemson yesterday. They were taken care of by Wofford this morning in run rule fashion, and then the same thing from Mississippi State. So they've got 1 win. Wofford has 1 win. Clemson has 1 win. Mississippi State with 2 here in the Tiger Invitational, as Corey Hicks, Macy Cintron, Marion Collins, they have all gone down looking. What is it that Faircloth brings to the table?
I'm not sure what she's doing, but it's fooling them because they are flat-footed. Hicks was just flat-footed on that pitch.
I think I even saw her tip her cap.
Yep, and it's like
figuratively.
Nice one.
Brings up Sarah Bro, freshman third baseman from Miami Springs, battling with Taylor Pipkins for playing time in the infield. But Bro's glove is certainly earning her some more innings. We saw it on full display with a nice play back in the first inning, as Bro hits in front of Kylie Chanel and Sam Minish, who is catching here this afternoon for Clemson.
Yeah, and right now, whatever happened with Faircloth early in this game seems to have been rectified, because she is mowing it right now.
This is what coaches will tell you so often when you have a superstar in the circle. If you can get to them in the first couple batters, that might be all you get.
Yep, you got to get them early.
Exactly. And that's what Clemson was able to do. A walk from Brocken Bro set the page for Mac Pavesi to knock her in with a double.
Pass ball got her over to third base.
Yeah.
Sack fly, 2 runs.
Bro fouls off as the count is 2-2 here with 1 out in the bottom of the second. 1 hit apiece on a busy day here in the region. Clemson men's basketball in a big game against top 25 Louisville. Baseball looking to even the series with a Segra Park showdown. And I think William Quackenbush will be on the call over on ACC Network, or wherever that one is, SEC Network Plus or ESPN Plus. However they're going to disseminate the minor league stadium broadcast. Yeah. It'll have the Clemson radio call as well this afternoon. And then tomorrow, they will head across the way where Clemson will put together an all-time ACC Network production with a pregame show for the first time ever at Doug Kingsmore Stadium, as Bro works a walk and settles things for Clemson's offense here for Chanel.
Yeah, that's kind of like a timeout in basketball right there.
Yep.
Because she had definitely gotten her groove, had Faircloth, and I think that was a very, very, very good at bat by Bro.
Brings up Kylie Chanel, FAU transfer riding a 5-game hitting streak. She had a big RBI single yesterday against Georgia Southern. Looking to put together an inning here for Clemson to turn the lineup around with the 9-hitter Sam Minish on deck. Chanel takes low, and the count 2-0 for Alyssa Faircloth, who has a 2.3 ERA in 43 innings and a 6-0 record. Here's the stat of the day for you as the 2-0 pitch catches the zone. Second time through the lineup on Wednesday against Georgia Tech, Faircloth struck out 8 of 9.
In the second inning.
In the second time through the lineup.
Second time through.
Chanel pops the 2-1 out of play, and a good crowd here on a beautiful Saturday afternoon.
And it is a very pretty day. The wind blowing in just slightly in right field.
And I imagine the crowd's going to get a little better in about 45 minutes when the basketball game concludes.
Yes.
And then tomorrow, for the Clemson fans that want a little double dip, you start at softball at 12:30, you work your way over to baseball right after, which I believe that's a 3 o'clock first pitch. 3 or 4 in the South Carolina Palmetto series.
Traffic will be busy tomorrow.
Luckily, softball fans won't have to worry about it. Chanel rolls it to third, 5-4. Fielder's choice on the nifty play by the all-defense third baseman in Nadia Barbary.
Mississippi State is not going to beat themselves. You're going to have to go out and beat them. They play very clean defense, and they're just put a lot of offensive pressure on you.
And how's this? The Clemson Tigers are facing a team that just does not make defensive miscues. 5 errors through 18 games for the Bulldogs. And swiping second there without a throw is Chanel as Sam Minish swings over the first pitch.
I think they caught everybody flat-footed right there.
Yeah, they're going to say no swing.
So yeah, 1-0 count.
I wasn't sure if Minish went around on that check. So the count is 1-0 here, and a run-scoring opportunity for the 9-hitter. And the sophomore Minish, who had just 7 RBIs last season, sitting on 1 here in 2026 as Faircloth finds the zone with her 33rd pitch of the afternoon. Faircloth able to change speeds well. That changeup was 54 miles an hour according to our scoreboard here.
And that is what gave Clemson trouble last night when Croft came in to pitch for Georgia Southern. Croft had the ability to change speeds, and Clemson never quite made the full adjustment on that. Good hitting teams are not really affected by the hard stuff. It's the movement stuff and the change of speeds.
1-2, popped in the infield to Styles, and a clean inning for Faircloth. We're through 2. The Tigers lead by 2. Top of the third inning here in Clemson, South Carolina, where Mississippi State has traveled about 400 miles. This may be their toughest foe yet this season, as the Bulldogs have had a bit of a softer schedule. Their lone loss came against Belmont in a 1-0 loss, and Belmont with one of the more underrated aces around college softball, and then Mississippi State bounced back with a 4-1 win. 10-0 on opening day against Baylor. And then that 5-run win against Georgia Tech earlier this week. But you have to believe that once SEC play starts for the Bulldogs, it's nothing but ranked opponents. They were 11-10 last season, Scott, against top 25 teams. And about 18 of those 21 came in conference.
Yeah, and that's why you see 10 or 12 or more SEC teams in the tournament each year, because of their RPI ranking. That means power ranking or strength of schedule, whatever you want to call it. It really becomes a factor, because every weekend, I mean, it's walking through a minefield in the SEC.
Yeah, they're going to start conference play at home against #1 Tennessee.
Might as well.
Might as well. That's in 2 weeks. First, they've got to head to Mobile, Alabama for the Jaguar Classic next weekend, as the freshman Kinley Keller is taken away a hit from the freshman Sarah Bro for out #1, and that's why Bro was able to earn some more reps over there.
Bro made that play like it was nobody's business. I mean, she just put a backhand on that ball and got it over there. That was snazzy.
Robs Keller of a knock. Freshman from Texas had been hot off the bench this season. We'll tell you more about that as the freshman Gabby Schaefer is aggressive at the plate here with 1 out in the third and fouls off the first pitch from Manis. Sierra Manis has not thrown a lot of pitches out of the zone thus far. So when you face a pitcher that is around the zone, 25 strikes in 35 pitches, does that make you a little bit more aggressive as a hitter?
It better.
Yeah. Schaefer 0 for 1 earlier today with a run.
And there's the pitch right there, Daniel. I'm sorry we don't have a replay to show people today, but if she gets that strike called down there at the knee, she's going to have a big day.
0-2. Schaefer fouls it off. Tomorrow we'll be back in our full production. The Tiger Invitational Championship, 12:30 Eastern. Meanwhile, the Clemson Tigers went out into the transfer portal, grabbed Sierra Manis, the first team All-Big South pitcher from upstate, and she has been nails this season. Manis with a 2.05 ERA has just delivered her third strikeout to turn the lineup over. Last season, Manis with a 2.4 ERA, a 21-9 win-loss record, with 166 innings and 120 strikeouts, as Morgan Stiles, all she does is get on base. 18 out of 19 this season have seen Morgan Stiles reach base, and here's a 2-out single.
Yep. In the first inning, we saw her lead off, hitting the ball sharply, but out, hit it right to the third baseman, Bro. Right there, she jumped on the first pitch. You were talking about aggressive hitters. She jumped on the first pitch and just poured it right up the middle. And now you got Barbary coming up, and this is a difficult place.
Barbary checks her swing, does not go around on the first pitch curveball from Manis, as the all-region third baseman hit .353 last season. Barbary trying to get herself above 300 at .296 here this year. She'll ground this over to Bro. What a pickup on a wicked hop. Sarah Bro, have yourself an inning. It's 3 scoreless from Manis.
Yeah, and Bro was helping her out by slapping that leather over there at third base, because that right there was another fine play.
We'll see Clemson and the top of their lineup, Brockenbrough, Pavesi, Collins next. 2 runs in the first inning, holding firm for the Tigers, who are sitting 25th in the NFCA rankings that has Mississippi State 12. The ESPN rankings has Clemson just on the outside of the top 25, Mississippi State at 19. So either way you draw it up, Clemson looking for a top 20 win.
Yes, they are, and they have had some great games this early season, and they've had some games like we saw yesterday, and that's why they're on the outside looking into that top 25. But I fully expect Coach Rittman and his group to figure things out and go on a little bit of a run at some point in time in this season.
Yeah, easy to play the what-if game.
Sure it is.
What if Clemson had held on? What if they had won their 7th straight and beaten Mississippi State twice this weekend? What if? But I'm sure you'll ask Coach Rittman. He really wants to focus on ACC play, and that starts next weekend with Georgia Tech coming to town. Friday, Saturday on ACC Network Extra, Sunday on the network, and then Louisville the following weekend. I'll be back with you for that one. Meanwhile, Brockenbrough ahead in the count 2-1 here as the 40th pitch from Alyssa Faircloth misses high. Mac Pavesi on deck. She has slowly become a must-watch hitter at the plate over the last 4 weeks.
Yes.
Really, the last week has seen Pavesi emerge as a candidate for one of the early breakthrough performers here in the ACC. 2-2, and Faircloth has her 4th strikeout.
She went upstairs on that pitch, and Brockenbrough could not get up there to it.
So to lead up into Pavesi, who has 5 hits in 9 at-bats this series, or this weekend. Her batting average is at .424 as she takes strike 1 from Faircloth. And we mentioned it, Faircloth loves the second time through the lineup.
Yes.
Had 8 of 9 strikeouts against Georgia Tech Wednesday. In this second rotation through, we'll see what Clemson does. It seems like a little bit more patience at the plate here through Brockenbrough and Pavesi.
And it also seems that Faircloth is not making some of the mistakes that she made early on.
Pitch in the dirt. The freshman is fooled. Back-to-back strikeouts here in the 3rd inning for the the junior Faircloth. Brings up Marion Collins, who went down on strikes. Stranded Pavesi at 3rd last at-bat in the 1st. Collins was an all-region, all-freshman honoree last season with a .366 average. She has exploded through in her sophomore year, hitting .429.
And this is when you're going against a pitcher like Faircloth, you've got to be ready every single pitch because she is not going to make many mistakes.
Correct.
And you've got to be ready to jump on an instance where she does make a mistake. Because she's not going to give you a lot.
Sells in right field is basically standing at the warning track, respecting Collins. But for those that have watched Marion Collins, there's a low likelihood she's taken this to right field. She is an opposite field demon at the plate. And ahead in the count 3-0.
She can hit the ball all over the plate, but you're correct. Her sweet spot is in the 2 gaps.
3-0 pitch for a strike. You know, we'll talk more about Oklahoma and the Samantha Ricketts dominance in her years as a Sooner, the 2-time All-American, former home run queen. But Faircloth gives me a little bit of that Paige Lowry, Oklahoma-style, fast-throwing lefty. They had that girl from Oklahoma State a couple of years ago as well. And what OU used to do is they did the Sooner shift.
Yeah.
They took away the right fielder against lefties, and they put 3 in the left field side because of how many hitters were late against those hard throwers.
Yep. And the thing that they were so good, well, Oklahoma's good at everything they do, but they were always so prepared to exploit any hole that a player had in their swing.
Noller cuts through an 0-1, fouls it off, and the count 0-2 here as Alyssa Faircloth has gotten into a rhythm. She has not allowed a hit since that Pavesi.
No, there was a second hit.
I know, we have a second hit.
Yeah.
We'll tell you about it when we get back. Faircloth continues to run rampant. She strikes out the side in the third, and we head to the fourth. Clemson up by 2. Top of the fourth inning, we have confirmed just one hit for Clemson. That double by Pavesi. We'll see if the scoreboard operator catches on eventually. I don't think our broadcast is streamed down in that press box, though. But
Oh, I think it does.
maybe there's some ears.
There's somebody listening down there. We'll elaborate on that in just a moment
I think
or two.
someone's always listening, Scott. Whenever Scott
yes.
Whitlock's on the microphone,
I don't know about that. It wasn't me they came and talked to.
there are people keeping tabs.
Well, yeah, that is true.
Meanwhile, the first time through the lineup was so successful for Sierra Manus. She'll try to take on the meat of this Bulldog lineup here second time through with Kiera Sells hitting .449 this season. Sells riding a 6-game hitting streak, 4 for 7 on the weekend.
It's always tougher for a pitcher the second time through, and then it even gets tougher for a pitcher the third time through.
Doesn't seem to be tough for Alyssa Faircloth, though.
Not right yet.
Manus roped to right from Sells, misread by Cintron, and Kiara Sells has a leadoff double here in the fourth.
Yeah. I think she lost it in the shade. There's a huge shade cast out in right center field by the scoreboard, and she found herself standing there.
Yeah, there's a good look at it. Both right fielders were under that. Now you see Cintron out of the shade. I think you're right.
And I think by her being, you see her moving back into it. I think that plays a little bit of tricks with the ball because it goes out of the sun into the shade.
It brings up Anna Carter. The hits have been properly adjusted. So the big brother listening to us says thank you to you, Scott.
Not to me. I didn't say a
Anna
word.
Carter at the plate, SIU transfer senior from Alabama, struck out in her first at-bat. See if she could pull the ball to move over Sells 60 feet. Manus able to jump ahead 0-2.
First time through the batting order, Manus was able to use Mississippi State's aggression against them. Now they're being a little more patient in the box, seeing more pitches.
0-2 high and outside, a good waist pitch with Minish catching. The all-newcomer left side of the infield with Bro and Chanel. Pavesi in left. Collins and Noller on the right side of the infield. This is right to Collins. Carter does the job and moves Sells into third base with one out in the fourth.
That was a very successful at-bat. Get the runner 60 feet away with less than 2 outs, and now there's an opportunity for somebody to be a hero and get an RBI.
Yep, Des Rivera comes to the plate. Grounded out to third back in the second. In fact, Mississippi State has grounded out to third 5 times already, and now a line out to Chanel, who lays out to keep the runner at bay for the second.
That's what the doctor ordered right there. A little sharp line drive to the shortstop. Now, as this next hitter steps in, Daniel, I'm just going to say don't blow it.
So it's a senior from Illinois, Morgan Bernardini.
Well done.
Thank you.
Yep.
Apologies for the first inning mispronunciation.
We
And Kyle Jamison's going to come out, and he's also going to remind Sierra Manis how to say Morgan's name.
Well, also, Jameson has not had a chance to be on TV this weekend yet, and I know Kyle, know him well, known him a long time, and this is FaceTime for him.
2025 Division I softball pitching coach of the year, and it's about time he got some recognition.
Oh, don't tell me that. I mean, he wears the trophy around like on a chain.
Well, what do you think that conversation was? Was it a reminder of what Bernardini?
You got bases open. Don't.
But do you want to, put on a tying run?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that you don't have to throw her anything meaty and juicy.
Well, it's a good-looking curveball for strike one here from Manis.
Or he may have told her to throw a curveball to start the at-bat. I don't know.
Yeah, these are the 2 hottest hitters in the bottom of the lineup, with Bernardini and Richardson in a combined 5 hits. I should say 6 hits after the Bernardini single.
I'm still celebrating the success you had in pronouncing the name right this time.
Appreciate it. Yeah, she hit a long single off the wall in center. Would love a base hit here to cut into the deficit, as Manis is now 1 strike away from escaping a jam. Top of the 4th inning. And the makings of a pitcher's duel here between a pair of aces. 1-2 from Manis. Rise ball snatched by Minish, and it's 2-2.
I just turned my head and I was looking at our track man, and I thought something crazy had gone on outside here, but it was showing the basketball game.
2-2 dribbler. Manis escapes trouble. A leadoff double, stranded at third, and we head to the bottom of the 4th. Clemson holds on to a 2-run lead. Two early runs from Clemson. The difference here in this top 25 showdown, depending on the poll you look at. We're looking right here at the stat broadcast. It says Mississippi State is 12, Clemson is 25. And because we don't have our ESPN overlords today correcting us,
We'll go with it.
we're going to go with both of them being in the top 25 because why not?
Absolutely.
Macy Cintron will lead things off for the Tigers, 0 for 1 with a strikeout today, and a change potentially coming here from Coach Ricketts.
I'm not sure where it's at, though.
Could be a defensive substitution, potentially.
You know, I was watching Coach Ricketts confab with the umpire right then, and I thought to myself, I wonder how many people in the stands know that
How much of a legend she is.
That coach right there is, if you start mentioning the greatest players in the history of college softball, she's on the first hand.
Yeah.
I'm
You
not
think? First hand?
Oh, yeah. I mean, she's on the first hand. I mean, the numbers don't lie.
Yeah, we'll have to put a pin in that. I'm curious what your hand looks like.
Well, I don't know.
I know. We're going to have to talk.
But
Let's
I
talk
would
it
have
through.
to. And
She might be on it.
ERA,
Era is important.
is important when you do this.
That's true.
But of the modern era, she is something special.
So there is a defensive substitution as Kalani Sells has come in, the sister of Kiara, as Macy Cintron takes strike one. Faircloth, 53 pitches, 33 strikes. She has 5 strikeouts, make that 6 after striking out the side last inning, and just 2 walks. But the Brockenbrough walk to lead off the first came back to haunt her. Cintron swinging at air on a good drop ball there.
She also was trying to hit it to the football building.
So here's your update. Kiara Sells moves to DP. She was the she was the right fielder. This is gonna hit the bag down the third base line, and Cintron has a leadoff single. So stick with me here. Kiara Sells was in right field. She has now been changed to DP. Her sister, Kalani Sells, is now in center field, which pushes Keller to right field. So there's your update. Meanwhile, how nice is it when a ground ball hits the bag perfectly?
Oh, yeah. And no discredit to Cintron, but she's not the fleetest of foot.
And she has been run for by Kylie Johnson.
She, like many players, was able to stretch that double into a single.
Shrink the double to a single. Brings up Corey Hicks, who struck out looking back in the second. Hicks has walked 3 times this weekend, including a 265-yard home run, or foot home run. Wow.
Foot home run.
I've been watching too much golf.
You sure have.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
It's the 3rd time I've done that this weekend. 265-foot home run against Wofford yesterday.
Working with you youngsters, I need to bring me a rolled up newspaper in here, and every time you do that, just whack you on the nose.
Bad.
No.
Bad. Meanwhile, Clemson basketball leading by 12 over 24th ranked Louisville with 5 minutes to play. Oh, that's strike 3. Home plate umpire didn't even know it.
That caught Tim Casati by surprise.
And Corey Hicks has not put together the strongest division against Faircloth today.
She's not seeing her yet.
In fact, she has watched 2 strike 3s and has stomped her way into the dugout. So it brings up Sarah Bro, who walked back in the second. She'll take low here to start this at-bat against Faircloth. And I think the speed of which Faircloth pitches adds to the disadvantage of the hitter.
Absolutely. She is a very fast worker, which is a coach's dream. Well, I'll put it this way. It's a head coach's dream because you don't have so much time to worry in between pitches.
2-0 count to Bro, looking for her first home run in college. Instead, she'll rip this fair down the third base line. The Tigers are going to strike again. It's Bro driving in Johnson in a 3-0 lead.
That young lady is having herself a day.
Yeah, she's got 5 assists at third base. Now a walk and an RBI double.
And I think she's going to be pinch run for it. I think it's going to be Ariel. John Rittman sensing that he needs to get the runs while he can, which is what a veteran coach should do.
Well, you know, one way, if we want to go hindsight bias towards yesterday's loss to Georgia Southern, Sarah Breaux was thrown out at home on a play that most would have scored on, and that run certainly wound up being important.
And that run also, let's just be sure we clarify something about that, is her leg got tangled up on the slide.
Correct. Had nothing to do with her speed.
The turf reached up and grabbed her, and it kicked her leg off of the plate. What it did, it didn't touch the plate.
And that run that Clemson was unable to score because of the decision to keep Breaux in was in the 5th inning.
Yes.
Would have given Clemson a 5-run lead into the 6th. Instead, the 4-run lead wound up turning into no lead with 2 outs in the 7th as Kylie Chanel takes high, looking to bunt here with 1 out and 1 on.
Chanel made a fine play to contribute to keeping that leadoff double from scoring.
Yes, she did.
Last half inning.
First inning with a hit for Clemson since the first, and it generates a run. Back-to-back base knocks from Cintron and Breaux. And now that'll quickly get the pitching coach and another legend in Taryn McKinney, formerly Moat. 2-time Women's College World Series MVP.
And I'm going to tell you a story. And again, I mean, I'm a name-dropping machine.
Tell us the story.
Okay. She played at the University of Arizona.
She did.
For the legend Mike Candrea.
Yes.
And I have the privilege of being able to say that Mike Candrea is one of my closest personal friends. I worked on his summer camps and staff and whatnot for many, many years. I was part of his group while he was leading the U.S. national team along with John Rittman. And I got to know Coach Moat very well. Great, great young person. Fabulous.
Well, between Moat and Ricketts, they were both in that circle, and you could just count the hours on the softball field between those two legends.
Oh, yes. And but Moat, she knows what she's doing.
3rd year here in Starkville for Moat McKinney.
McKinney, yes, I couldn't think of that name.
As Chanel fouls off the 2-0, and you had to believe the defense was thinking bunt after Chanel showed it the first 2 pitches. The chess match continues here with 1 out in the 4th inning. Clemson looking for insurance. Oh, the bat comes flying on a changeup to even the count 2-2.
Well,
that's what they got nets out there for.
Yep, and if this was a big league baseball game, he'd have to walk all the way back to the on-deck circle, grab a pine tar rag, do all this, and 6 minutes later, he'd get back in the box.
And instead, we're playing softball and right back at it, 2-2. High chopper, tough play for Schaefer. Chanel can fly, but a great throw made by the freshman Gabby Schaefer to record the 2nd out.
But it was a productive at bat in that. Ariel was moved to 3rd base.
And on a weekend where the number 9 hitter has had so much to talk about, the Georgia Southern 9 hitter and now the 9 hitter for Clemson comes up in a big moment, Sam Minish.
Keep your eyes open for a bunt right here, for a base hit I'm talking about.
I think Barbary was thinking it too, coming off 3rd base crashing.
Yeah, I saw that. You're right.
Minish swings over the first pitch down in the zone, trying to get it up to Brock and Breaux. Minish stranded 1 with a pop out to end the 2nd.
With a left-handed pitcher out there on the mound, if she could have, now that with the 0-2 it's likely unhappy, if she could have pushed something out toward first base, she had the legs to beat it out.
I like the idea. Behind the 8 ball now is the sophomore Minish. Faircloth with the 0-2, curveball misses outside. 1 run in. And standing on 3rd is Kennedy Ariel. She ran for Bro, who had the RBI double to add on to this lead for Clemson. Sierra Manis has been twirling a gem here through 4 innings. Mississippi State just had their first real opportunity, but a runner at third with 1 out was stranded.
Well, both pitchers have pitched very well, to be honest with you.
Very well. 7 strikeouts for Faircloth. This is fair! The Tigers use both lines, and thinking 3 is Minish. She's got an RBI triple. Her second triple of the season and second RBI. And I think we may have a review coming, as Ricketts had a pretty good look from that third base dugout, didn't she?
Yes, she did, but I thought it was a fair ball.
I also felt like the call was correct.
The ball was fair when it went over the bag. I surely thought that.
What an inning it has been for balls down the line. You've got the single off the bag, and then the double down the line right over the bag.
Oh, now we got trouble.
And then the triple down the first baseline over the bag.
We're about to have they're going to overturn this call.
Are they? Because
The first
Rittman is
base
not
umpire,
thrilled.
the first base umpire is about to overturn this call, Sean Schumacher, and John Rittman is going to have a fit, because if you don't have replay and it's not that obvious, you don't make that call. I'm sorry.
It's a good question.
John Schumacher is a great umpire.
It looks like we are going to see an overturn.
But
because
you don't overturn that call.
It's the home plate umpire's jurisdiction, isn't it?
Yes, it is. And he was over in a position where I don't think he could tell. He's in foul territory.
Well,
And
that's why we keep score with pencil. Triple overturned, and Sam Minish will come back to the plate.
And Johnny
With a 1-2
Rittman is not
pitch.
satisfied. He's still giving Tim Casati an earful.
Yeah, and it's bad luck too that the men's basketball is playing, because the full camera capabilities are not available for replay, which is what we had all day yesterday.
Oh, I played most of my career without full camera capability, and I know that you just don't make that call.
Yeah, that's a tough overturn.
You just got to live with it.
Count is now 1-2. The score is back to 3-0. And Faircloth may not get any close calls, at least for this at-bat.
Yeah, well,
It's a big moment. Sam Minish came up massive with an RBI triple, overturned after discussion. Fouls back the 2-2.
you just got, if you're Minish, you got to go in there and just clear your mind and start stretching. John Rittman is still staring down the first base umpire. He is not saying anything, but he is staring.
And the umpire is staring. No, he's looking at the pitcher. Ooh, that looked to be strike 3. And maybe one opportunity at a makeup to fill the count.
Well, it don't score the run.
Does not.
If the run scores, all will be forgiven.
And the way Manis has been pitching, 4 may be enough. Minish snagged by Richardson. Mississippi State, amidst a crowd of boos, trying to fire up the crowd. I like it. Let's get a little frisky here on a Saturday afternoon.
They are displeased in this town right now.
ACC and SEC getting a little interesting headed to the 5th. couple defensive changes for the Tigers as Mac Pavesi moves over to replace Cintron in right. Kylie Johnson stays in left field. So we certainly had some drama there in the end of the fourth inning, which took a run off the board, benefited the Bulldogs. We'll see if they can turn that into some offensive production here with the 7-8-9 due up against Sierra Manis, Abby Grace Richardson, Kinley Keller, Gabby Schaefer.
But there's a bigger point to be made. The Tigers did score a run in that inning to expand the lead, and Manis needs to be in her tunnel and not let all of that extracurricular activity that happened even come to mind. She's pitching an outstanding ball game, and she just needs to keep dealing.
Chanel to first for out number one. And you mentioned that. And on top of it, there was the observation I had that there were a couple Mississippi State players that were trying to fire up this crowd. And if you're losing 3-0, you can only benefit from dramatics and emotion. And if you're up 3-0, you need to keep your composure.
Exactly.
As Kinley Keller, the freshman, takes a 70-mile-an-hour pitch just low.
And what you got to do now, if you're Manis and the Tigers, is you just got to stay in your tunnel. You have been playing a heck of a ball game, and you need to just stay right there. Don't let all that other stuff bother you or even phase you.
Funny enough, it was a freshman that came out of that Mississippi State dugout, a reserve player in Ali Supan. This is smothered over to the right side where Collins is there. There are 9 ground outs from Mississippi State through 4 2/3.
It looks like we got a pinch hitter's going to come up. Looks like it's going to be number 83, Zion Romano.
It is. Zion Romero.
I believe I'm right on that.
You are. You got that right. We aren't going to have anyone come in.
If I'm not, I'll find out.
We will find out. Romero, a sophomore from California. Here comes back to our conversation. Number 83. That's a wide receiver number.
Yeah.
Regardless.
It's not even a good wide receiver number. You know, good wide receivers are number 80 or 82.
It's a slot. It's a slot wide receiver number.
That's
exactly what it is.
That's a 4th-round pick.
Meanwhile, Romero is 2 for 9 on the young season. 1 home run. Just looking to get the top of the lineup up here in the 5th. As Manis misses low and the count 2-0.
Yeah, this is the end of the second time through. And Manis would love to get this and not face anybody else until the 6th inning.
However, Romero has not had to swing the bat, and she sits 3-0.
And you cannot walk a 9-hole pinch hitter. I mean, you're up 3 runs. Okay, she hits a double, but you got to make her do it. You can't give her anything.
Three and 1 the count. Good grab made by Noller. And it is a 1-2-3 inning. How about 10 ground outs forced by Manis to go with 3 Ks. And we are headed to the bottom of the 5th. Clemson leads 3-0. Bottom of the fifth, and Mississippi State makes a change in the circle. Faircloth finishes with 4 innings, 3 earned on 3 hits with 3 walks and 7 strikeouts. As the Middle Tennessee transfer Leela Amen, sophomore from Florida, all freshman from a year ago in the Conference USA, comes on in to face the top of this Clemson lineup here, and they did not want Faircloth to go a 3rd time through.
Yep. And it's interesting too that both teams are going to have the top of their order up in to start off the 6th inning.
That is wild. Are we living in a simulation?
It's just a sight to behold.
Amen picked up the win yesterday against Wofford, went 4 to 3rd, allowing 1 run, 5 strikeouts, no walks. And she has a 4-0 mark with a 1.0 ERA. And getting a scouting report on Amen before the game, found out that she is a crafty arm, mixes speeds and relies on that changeup. Off speed, pummeled very high by Brockenbrough, but not far enough as Sells ranges over for out number 1.
Yeah, you're going to have to hit it on the line to get it out of the park. It's not going to blow out of here.
Not like yesterday.
No.
Clemson had 5 home runs in the 2 games yesterday, and that really adds to the disparity and the devastation of that loss. Clemson hit 4 home runs against Georgia Southern,
yes,
including by both Pavesi and Collins in the first, going back-to-back as Pavesi fouls it off herself.
We should probably quit talking about that game for the rest of our lives, because now you get me all upset again.
Pavesi 1 for 2 with an RBI double and a run. Bottom of the 5th inning, 3 runs on 3 hits for Clemson. Awkward bounce, Richardson is there, and there's 2 down here in the 5th. Amen, Omen's work out of the bullpen.
Doing a good job so far. I've been impressed at the pace that the Mississippi State pitchers work at.
First pitch swinging, Collins. Richardson sends us to the 6th. A 1-2-3 inning for Amen. Tigers 6 outs away from a marquee victory. It would be their 4th ranked win of the season. We'll see what the 6th brings next.
Great movie. Favorite movie of all time was Animal House. No, I cannot. Yes, Otis Day and the Knights, yes. They played Shout. What am I now? I'm a Zit.
Top of the 6th inning, and Morgan Stiles leads things off. Sierra Manis has kept this explosive offense at bay 2 times through the lineup. We'll see if she can do it a 3rd, as Stiles, Barbary, and Sells are the hitters to beat here for the Bulldogs.
Well, this is where the game gets really dicey for a pitcher, the 3rd time through, particularly when you play in a team that's as loaded as Mississippi State is with offense.
Oh, this is going to be a perfectly placed inside-out swing by Stiles. Cut off nicely by Pavesi, and it's a leadoff single.
Yeah. That ball was inside outed up by the hitter, and it just floated down there near the right field line.
2 hits for Styles. Brings up Nadia Barbary, who is rarely hitless. 0 for 2 in this one.
And this, like I said, this is where it gets really dicey.
She'll go the other way, right at Pavesi. Out number 1.
That's a gift. What I mean by that is a quick out.
First pitch swinging. Soft contact as Manis has her ERA below 2. Looking for another complete game, quote-unquote shutout. She had a shutout in analytical terms on Wednesday against
Correct.
Georgia. 1 unearned run.
Correct.
Trying to go the old-fashioned way. If she can shut down this Bulldog offense, 5 more outs. Might get 2 here. 6 to 3. A leaping double play. And the 8th of the season for Clemson. Chanel takes care of business on a clean 1-2-3 inning. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Clemson looks for insurance and sights for another top 25 win. Bottom of the 6th inning, and a big-time win for the Clemson men's basketball team, defeating number 24 Louisville right across the street at Littlejohn. And the Tigers softball team looking for a top 25 win here against Mississippi State. And my partner is not always locked in, but he is locked in. 4 pitches called by Scott Whitlock. Good observation on that last half inning.
Yeah, that right there was just a huge inning for the Tigers. I think if you get the top of the order of Mississippi State out on 4 pitches.
Aided by a massive double play, 6 to 3, as Julia Noller leads things off against Amon here in the bottom of the 6th.
Now,
Silva has filed into the outfield, into left field to replace Bernardini.
what do you mean I'm not always locked in?
You just caught that?
Yeah. I heard it out of the chute, but I had to digest it a little bit. Young apprentice.
Noller scorches one directly to Selzen center for out number 1. Just trying to keep you on your toes here, Coach.
Well, for the record, my toes are fine. Lordy, lordy. That ball was hit sharp there by Noller.
That ball was hit well. Unfortunately, we don't have our stats today to tell us how hard off the bat, as Macy Cintron hit one hard right down the third base line off the bag in that wacky 4th inning for Clemson. She's 1 for 2 with a run.
I think that's a pinch hitter up there.
Yeah, you're right. It's Kylie Johnson who replaced Cintron and scored the run. So KJ hitting here for the first time today. She'll take a strike on the outer half. 1-1 the count. Meanwhile, the disparity between these two offenses today is quite large because Clemson is 2 for 9 with runners on base. Mississippi State is 0 for 7. Meanwhile, the Tigers have walked 3 times, while Manis has not relinquished a base on balls.
And that is important. Base on balls got Clemson in trouble yesterday, as did errors.
Meanwhile, these teams are a combined 0 for 7 with runners in scoring position. However, the Tigers have been able to manufacture runs via sacrifice fly and have 2 RBI doubles to score a runner from first. That's been the difference. It has not been decided by much more than that. And if the Tigers hold on here, we may have a rematch tomorrow at 12:30. Oh, a good frame job by Rivera.
Yes, she did.
Snagged strike 3 there.
She did a really nice job of making that look like a strike.
First strikeout for Amon. That brings up Corey Hicks here with 2 outs.
Hicks has not had the best of days.
Well, no one's happier than Hicks to have Faircloth out of the game.
Yeah.
2 backward Ks as Hicks swings over and off speed, 0-1.
Hicks is doing a great job for the Tigers. I mean, she's catching just about every ball game back there behind the plate. It's good that she's gotten a little bit of a day off today back there. Catchers go through they take a beating, man.
Yeah, Hicks is DP today, but I wonder how much it takes away from your engagement in the game. Catching all the time. Hicks caught both games yesterday. Clobbers this to left, and it's off the wall. Clearly re-engaged to face a new pitcher, and a head slide into second for a 2-out double.
Yeah, I think she's engaged.
I would say so. But I wonder, when you're usually catching the game, you are a decision maker instead of a DP coming out to hit twice.
But when you have sore knees,
Yeah, it's
or
good to rest.
your legs are tired, you appreciate the rest.
No doubt about it,
And-
as Hicks will get some rest here with a pinch runner.
And an early season injury affected the depth of the catching at Clemson this year. And Sam Minish, who is like a walking Swiss Army knife, can literally play just about anywhere, was able to step up and be the number 2 catcher.
Ava Wilson will run at second, and she represents a 4th run. Clemson fans would say it would be a 5th run. They had one taken away on a controversial call back in the 4th. Sarah Bro had an RBI double.
Who I think is the star of the game.
She has been. Her and Manis, there's no doubt about it. Bro has boosted her batting average up over 300.
And she has saved Manis at least twice. And pitchers appreciate that.
Sierra Manis has created 10 ground ball outs, 11 with that double play last inning.
Well, I'm going to tell you, if you've got a clean infield, ground balls are gold.
4, 5, 6 due up in the top of the 7th inning.
And the best thing about that is when Carter steps in to hit, there's nobody on base. You got the
2-2. It is technically Kalani Sells at the moment, but they may reintroduce
I would think they would
a bigger hitter. Yeah. Meanwhile, the count's 2-2 here in the bottom of the 6th. Bro down on strikes. We head to the 7th. Clemson leads by 3.
Yes, please do. And put a St. Bernard or a Great Dane outside the door as well. That works, whatever. Your comment yesterday about I can be a smart aleck too made me die. You said I can be a know-it-all too on air. Yeah, yes, I thought that was great. I literally laughed out loud when you said it. It's a gift, I think. Oh, putting up with that? Oh, yes, I understand. You do. I had to put up with him during the whole season, so. Huge win for basketball, and baseball is doing good right now as well. So if you guys hold up your weight, we'll be doing good today. Great, thank you.
Top of the 7th inning in this de facto must-win for Clemson to face Mississippi State again tomorrow in the Tiger Invitational Championship at 12:30. 3 outs away as Sierra Manis will take on a pinch hitter in Paige Ernstess.
And to be honest with you, I'm a little surprised. Ernstess is only hitting 167. That's an interesting selection. Of course, they know their team a lot better than we do.
Yeah, and still early in the season, trying to give younger players opportunities. The sophomore catcher here hitting in the 4 spot to lead off this 7th inning.
She does have 30 at-bats on the year.
And in a way, this feels like a completion of a redemption arc for Sierra Manis, who had a blown save yesterday, looking to finish off an absolute gem here this afternoon. And Manis is not messing around. The count's 0-2.
She is doing what you need to do now is pump strikes. The last thing you want to do is walk a leadoff runner. You don't want to give up anything.
Curveball misses outside from Manis, who is sitting on 3 strikeouts, 11 groundouts. The Clemson defense has been iron with a massive double play last inning to end the frame. Rivera, followed by Bernardini. And the count 2-2.
You want to get her right here. You don't want to go 3-2 with a pinch hitter.
4 hits apiece. Lifted out to right. Pavesi into the shadows, just shy of the warning track for out number 1. And here has been the storyline for Manis. Whenever Mississippi State has had a runner on base, which has happened 7 times, the Bulldogs have been hitless. There's your storyline.
Yep. And also,
0 walks.
In a close game, in the bottom of the last, the last inning, whether it be top or bottom, that first out is huge.
No doubt about it as Des Rivera takes strike 1, a .355 hitter at the plate.
And an 0-1 count is huge.
Rivera 0 for 2, lined out sharply on a diving play made by Chanel with a runner at 3rd and 1 out in the 4th. That also stands as one of the plays of the game here in this Clemson gem. Mississippi State has 1 loss this season, a 1-0 affair against Belmont.
And Clemson needs to stay in the moment. Manis needs to stay in the moment. She tried to help that last pitch.
2-1. Ooh, right through the wickets and a 1-out single for Rivera. So for the Bulldogs to come back here, they have to do something they have not done today. String together hits. And it's Morgan Bernardini.
And if you're the Tigers, you've got to adopt a philosophy of this. Keep the hitter off second base. Manis and the entire defensive portion of the Tigers need to understand the pinch runner out there, Supan, does not mean a thing at first base.
Yep, Ali Supan, freshman, will run as Bernardini comes to the plate. She has 3 hits this weekend. Single back in the 2nd against Manis. And that was off the wall. Here's an inside-out swing over to Collins, looking to get the easy out, and it's scooped by Pavesi, who has moved from right field to first base with Wilson out in right. And that was a nifty play on a tough toss.
It looked like they were playing highlight out there for a moment with that toss. But nonetheless, there are 2 outs. The runner at second base means nothing.
Sets up Abby Grace Richardson. First pitch misses from Manis, just her 80th of the ball game.
Just remember what I said, keep the hitter off second base.
54 strikes of those 80 pitches. No walks. And a strike there after Manis had zone issues out of the bullpen yesterday. It has been anything but here today, on the precipice of John Rittman's 1,000th career win. There's a strike on the inner half, whipping in at 69 miles an hour. Tiger fans looking to urge on a 4th-ranked win this season. And it's a pop-up to right. Wilson approaches, and Clemson moves to 4-1 against ranked teams. Coach John Rittman has secured his 1,000th collegiate victory as a head coach.
What an outstanding job by this Clemson team to rebound from yesterday, and what a tremendous exhibition we saw from Sierra Manis out there today on the mound. We saw great defense. Bro comes to mind immediately. We saw timely hitting, but to get that win and flush all of that of yesterday out of your mind is so big. And what a nice, great moment for a dear friend of mine, Coach John Rittman, getting his 1,000th win.
Coach Rittman spent 18 years at Stanford and his 7th season at Clemson. The Tigers are back in the win column. They move to 13-6. Mississippi State falls to 17-2, and we will see a rematch tomorrow at 12:30 Eastern as Clemson, on the backs of freshmen Pavesi and Bro, as well as the junior Manis, lead to the 3-0 win. We thank you so much for joining us. We'll be back tomorrow, and we'll have our full broadcast for you as the Tiger Invitational comes to a close at 12:30 Eastern. Until then, for Scott Whitlock, I'm Daniel Gilman, saying so long from McWhorter Stadium. This has been a presentation of ESPN.